Hello, Paul Pluta on the Paul Pluta channel. And today, guys, don't forget, like, subscribe, and tell your friends about my channel. Remember, guys, man cannot live on Google Ads alone. I depend on paid reviews to keep me full time. Today, I'm doing a paid review for Jura. And Jura says here, he says here, I'd like you to do a video going through the history of the World Time. The World Time. Very, very interesting. He said, yeah, could you do a vid on your thoughts on the Patek 2523, the 5930G, and compare them to your 5110J. Cheers, Bishop. Thank you very much there. And this is a topic that I love. I love Patek Philippe World Times themselves there. And I got to tell you, this is a fascinating story of the Patek Philippe World Time itself there. And this is it's a topic I love. I love my World Times, and it's very, very fascinating. The Patek 2523, that's a classic Patek Philippe World Time. These pieces were very, very special pieces. If you look at the Patek archives, these were damn expensive. They were damn expensive pieces. And I gotta tell you, the 2523 is that vintage World Time. These sell for a fortune. They sell for an absolute mozza. An absolute mozza. Big bucks indeed. These are big buck pieces. And I've got to tell you, one thing I really do love about the 2523, so basically that was Patek's World Time. This was in the 1960s. You could get a 2523. You were really, these were very special pieces. Like, I mean, you got to remember this. In the modern context now, we are so loaded and so lucky. I mean, Rolex makes over 1 million watches a year. And, you know, we've got so many wonderful things. But back in the 1950s, 1960s, people didn't have this sort of money available. Yes, prices were relatively cheaper than now, but the wages were a hell of a lot lower, and it was harder to acquire these sort of things unless you were of means. Nowadays, the middle class in the Western world can aspire to own any one of these pieces without being exceedingly rich. Now, this is a very fascinating thing. So, when you talk about a Patek 2523, I think it's just one of the most beautiful Pateks of all time. It really is one of the most beautiful Pateks. Now, the interesting thing is with the World Time itself there, Patek dropped the World Time. It sort of petered out late 60s. And it wasn't until about early 2000s, you know, the development work went in there in the 90s, that the actual modern Patek World Time came out. And the way you've got to look at it is, okay, well, the modern Patek World Time, it's based on the 240 movement, which the 240 movement is Patek's automatic movement, which uses the micro rotor. Now that movement came out in 1977. It's just celebrated its anniversary, 40th anniversary. So that's what powers the modern World Times. So when you consider that there, so that movement came out in 77. So the development work, that movement is really quite a well-respected movement. It's the movement they use to power a lot of Patek's perpetual calendars. It's their really high-end automatic movement. The thing about that movement is it doesn't have the a lot of the watches that use that movement don't have a second hand, so it's a special type of movement there. The 2523 I think is just, I mean, I'd have an industrial accident to get one of those. They are gorgeous. So when Patek wanted to re-release a World Time in their range again, the 5110 is really where it came out. And they used that 240 movement. And I gotta tell you, it really, I remember when the 5110 came out, it was just, they did it in white gold, yellow gold, rose gold, and platinum. The platinum with that famous blue center. It was just, that was so aspirational. I remember seeing that and thinking, Jesus, I'd love one of those. And even when I got my Calatrava in the late noughties, 2009, I got the Calatrava. I remember thinking, wow, it's got the crown guards just like the World Time does. And that was a very, very special, the World Time was a it's an amazing thing. And I've got to tell you, what do I think of it? I think it's a great watch. It's a great watch to have and behold. The 5110 became the 5130, which is, it became bigger. It was the 5110 was 37 mil. 5130 was 39.5. And then what's happened is they've now released the 5230, which is 38.5. So it's come down in size there. At the same time there, you've also got this special model, which is the 5930. And what it is, it's a World Time chronograph. It's a chronograph as well as a World Time. And they're using a different movement. It's using the big rotor. It doesn't use the micro rotor. And I got to tell you, it's a magnificent piece there. My kind of thoughts on the subject is that I think modern World Times, if you really wanted to be a purist, you would really say you need to have the 240 movement. It's got to be that micro rotor. I think that's what gives the modern World Time its soul. Now, out of those three in recent, so from 2000 to now, so 2000, year 2000, the 5110 came out. 2006, they changed to the 5130. And then, in recent, couple of years ago, 2016, they changed to the 5230, which is slightly smaller, and they did away with the crown guards. They kind of changed the case design a bit. My opinion there, I think if you want a World Time, you've got to get one with the 240 movement. That's my opinion. The cheapest out of those three, 5110, 5130, and 5230, is the 5110. That seems to be the cheapest. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's the least desired. I actually think the best guilloche, the best dial as such, would be the 5110. The best case size would probably be the 5230. The case size is probably best there. However, the best bang per buck, everything considered, the sweet spot, money and price, I reckon the 5130 is probably a bit of a bargain. They are a little bit soft at the moment. The 5110 is kind of very collectible. The 5230 is the current model. The 5130 is a little bit shunned at the moment. So, I mean, these things are always cyclical. I'd probably buy a 5130 if I was really looking for a world time. I think it's a great watch. There's so many, there's so many discussions there on what one has the best hands. I got to tell you, the 5110, the thing I love about it is the it harks back to the 2523, the vintage piece in the yellow gold. It really harks back to it, and I can see the family resemblance. So, in some ways there, these world times themselves are very special pieces. These are very special pieces. What's my thoughts? Well, the 2523, I mean, that is unattainable. That is very, 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 very unattainable piece. Big money. Big money. So that's kind of ridiculous. The 5930, I think it breaks from tradition because it doesn't have the 240 based movement. And it is a great watch, believe you me, it is beautiful, it's an amazing piece, but it just doesn't look like what a world time. I don't like the dial, in my own opinion, the aesthetics myself. I mean, you can hate me all you like, but it just doesn't pop for me like the standard. The 5230 I think is very good. That's a great piece there. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. These are not cheap pieces. And I got to tell you, I think this is a fabulous complication because the watch still looks very, very at ease. Doesn't seem crowded or cluttered. It's very clever how they've done it. So, my own opinion there itself there on these world times, I would really be saying the sweet spot, I think, would be the 5130. They've become softer in recent times. They've become a bit softer, which I think it's a great watch. The 5130 is a great watch. The 5110, it's a wee bit small. It's got the nicer guilloche dial, and I like the hands better. But with that said, they are all very special pieces. They really are wonderful, wonderful, wonderful pieces, and I absolutely adore them. I think they're very, very, very great pieces to have and to lust over and to own there. So there you go. That's my opinion on the world time. So the 2523, love it, but it's mega money. The 5930 chronograph, I love it, but I just doesn't pop for me personally. The 5110J, I think that's great bang per buck, but I reckon the sweet spot would be the 5130 at this point in time. I think that has got some. They're a bit soft. Always do the opposite. Buy when it's low, sell when it's high. You got to do the opposite. It's a bit like picking stocks. So there you go. That's my opinion on Paul Pluta on the fantastic world time. Tell me what you guys think about that.